Hello, Clashers, and welcome back to a brand new episode of The Culture Clash. I'm your host, Luis Villalón, excited to be back with you for another weekend. It's Friday, and not only is it Friday, but it's been a week full of gossip. Also, I want to mention for all of my Midwest queens, Beyonce is in town. That's right, Beyonce is in Chicago. So I just want to wish you all a happy Cowboy Carter weekend. If you're going to the concert, please make sure that you are safe. And if you're going to any shows, be sure to tip your queens. I am so excited. It's a really exciting weekend, but the highlight of my weekend is my co host. I have known her since she was a little baby. I have seen her become a star, but most importantly, I have seen her remain the same beautiful human she has always been. She has won over 30 titles. That's right. Miss Doc Newcomer in 2009, Miss Gay Ohio US of A 2015, Miss Gay Lexington 2017, and 18, and many more. But I know that her best award has been the love that she gets from her fans. Please help me welcome from the beautiful and legendary house of Sexton, Miss Amaya Sexton.
Oh my gosh, what an intro.
Hello.
Thank you. How are you?
I am shaking. As you were getting ready before you came on this show, I was like, I just feel like there's a star in my house.
What an honor. I feel like you're my star. We've known each other for so long, and I feel so proud of you and all that you've done. So, I think we're both definitely stars.
Well, thank you. Thank you so
Of
much.
course.
Thank you so much for supporting the show, for everything that you have done. As you have said, we have known each other for not only years, I don't want to age myself, but maybe decades. I remember you at Mask,
Yes.
big X's on our hands,
Yes.
in the smoking area outside.
Yes.
You know that a lot of the times I just picked up smoking just so I could talk to people like you.
Oh, really?
I One of my favorite times at Mask is just sitting outside smoking a cigarette. You know they used to give us cigarettes, right? When you would scan your ID and the camo girls will come in and like give you two,
Oh, I
three
do remember
You
that.
remember
I
that?
do. Yeah, I
So
do.
I picked up smoking just so I could talk to girls like you.
Well, hopefully, I, do you still smoke, baby?
No.
Okay, so that was an old temporary thing, I
Yes.
don't want that on my shoulders.
No. But it was just iconic to see you being so young and becoming the great performer that you are today.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
How long have you been in the drag world?
Well, I started when I was 18 and I am now 36, so I've never been good at math, but I want to say that that's like almost 18 years. So
Correct.
almost 2 decades, and it has been a blessing and a whirlwind of opportunities, and I've met so many great people and such a beautiful community that supports me day in and day out.
An amazing community that supports you in and out. Like I said, I have known you for 18 years since I used to go to this place called Mask in Dayton, Ohio. I used to see you perform on stage. I saw you really just grow into the person that you are today. And I'm so proud because we have seen so many people who have done drag. We have seen so many performers who maybe it's just a temporary thing. But like you said to me before we started, this has been a passion for you.
Yes, as you can see, I'm very passionate, and I love to express myself through clothes and performing, and through my voice, and through just everything that I can. As loud as I can be, or sometimes those numbers that are as soft as I can be, or those cuckoo numbers as well. It's just a beautiful thing that I get to do, like every day, almost.
And that's really amazing. So talking about performers, before we really get into the nitty and gritty, there is a little segment that we get into with my co-host. It's something very personal
Okay,
that I want to ask you.
sure.
It kind of like tells me who you are and everyone at home. Who is your pop star?
Lady Gaga.
Word.
I mean, no
Thank
question, no
you
question.
so
I mean,
much.
hello.
This is
Yeah.
our second season,
Okay.
second episode, and to this day, no one has said Lady Gaga. I don't know. Get
Okay.
with every single one of them.
Yeah, we will make a list.
What do you think of the Rio de Janeiro performance that she did?
Oh my God. I mean, performing in front of all those people and, you know, everything that she does is so uh, perfect, I feel. I mean, nothing is just like by chance. Like, she has such a great team and such a great mind. And obviously, I'm inspired. I think she inspires us. But what I love about Lady Gaga is it's off stage as well. She gives us confidence. You know, the first time I saw her in concert, she said something like, if you feel you're not pretty enough or skinny enough or loved enough, and I found myself crying uncontrollably. And I didn't, I don't know her, but no one's ever made me cry without directly talking to me. So I feel that's an artist. That is someone that is, you know, an icon and very powerful.
An absolute legend. I think that
Of our time.
over time, for sure,
Yeah.
someone who spoke to us, like you said, who made us feel seen in a world where we often felt that we were just invisible.
Yeah.
And I know that one day, have you ever met her?
I have not. No.
One day you will meet her. One day we will meet her and let her know the impact that she has had on our lives through
Absolutely.
her music, through her message, and simply just by being herself.
Yes.
You were telling me that this look is inspired by Gaga. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's very David Bowie meets Gaga, which, if you remember, she wore an outfit very inspired by Bowie. Uh, so this is by India Farah. This the garment is, which is actually a catsuit and a cover up, and then this hair is by Big Bertha Wigs, and they are based out of New York. But um, I didn't design this one, but usually I design these looks. Now I don't really sew, but I have the mind for what I want to look like and how I want to appear. And I'm really honored to be here. So I said, oh, baby, I have to show up and show out. I can't just wear anything. Of course I'm here. What's going on?
I know that's right. What's going on? She said.
you know.
I am so happy that I wear a little suit because if I would have been without shoes and socks, no, I would be like, no, no, no.
I would have said, let's film here in a few minutes. Let's go change.
She
Is that shady? Should we?
no. She said, listen, I know I'm gonna upstage you, but not that bad.
Let's start again. What else you got? No.
What?
But I will say I've never met Lady Gaga. However, on TikTok, I had someone make the abracadabra look. Her name is forgetting me right now because I see the red light, baby.
We'll give her
But
credit.
we will give her credit. But
Yes.
so I did the abracadabra look, and TikTok for me is like this new journey that I'm on, that I'm celebrating. I'll be on there a year next week. But I did the abracadabra look, and I got some likes, some shares, and I was like hoping Gaga would reshare me. But it wasn't happening just yet, and I just said, you know what, she's got to see me, because I saw everyone doing the choreography, and I said, no, I want to capture that red lady that essentially all these dancers are looking up to. I want to capture what I believe is Gaga. And I just took a nap, and then something woke me up. I'm not kidding. Something woke me up, and something told me to check my TikTok, and it said Lady Gaga has reposted you and commented on my TikTok, and it was just, I yelled the loudest yell I could possibly. I mean, it was like a shriek. I mean, so in my head, we're best friends, and but that was really her acknowledging me, and so it's just a surreal moment. So even though we haven't met yet, I'm gonna go see her soon, and we're gonna just be best of friends.
She is her best friend.
Yeah.
I was just bathing in all of the things that you were saying because it was just magical. But I do have a few points to make about the conversation you just made. Well, one, when you talk about, like there's a joke on like online about no one works harder than a drag queen because we see a look and the next day it's on stage. When I saw you on that Lady Gaga abracadabra look, I was like, did she sleep? Did Lady Gaga send her, like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It
It's
was gaggy and it was to the T. It was perfection. It was amazing. And it was only a matter of time before Gaga saw it.
Ah, thank you so much. I don't know. Actually I got it like a week later than I was supposed to get it, and I was so like, because you got to move fast, and like you said, I mean, some people have it the next day. So I tried my best to get it as soon as I could, and but thank you. Yeah, it was. I still like talking about it. I'm getting chills. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gaga retweet or not retweeted, reposted me. It really is an honor. So
It's a huge honor. And I know that it's only a matter of time before Gaga sees you and understands the star that you are. It's only a matter of time. She is my huge inspiration. She always talks about how she would always walk around feeling as she was a famous celebrity star. And until, when you go to a drag show, we're both very familiar with a drag show. We want to see a star on the show. We want to see a girl who is just passionate about her looks, about her hair. And it doesn't always have to be expensive.
yeah,
It has to be done right. And there are people when you see on stage where you understand they were born to do this.
yeah,
And you are one of those. You have
yes.
stood the test of time. You have been here for more than almost 2 decades. And it's still something like you still show up looking this beautiful, and my God,
Thank
we're
you.
not worthy of you.
Oh, tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, that's very kind words. I don't know. I think drag, it's honestly saved my life. I can't really imagine what my life would be without this beautiful art that is drag. And we live in such a crazy world. And I always tell people, a lot of people come to me for advice, which means so much. And I tell people, yes, you can do top 40s or, whatever's hot on the radio, but maybe try that opera number or a country number. Or so if there's 10 people on the show, you want people to say, oh, remember that queen? She did that one number. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
step outside of the box because, you know, we can be pretty. That's kind of okay. We've been there, done that. We can jump off the stage, whatever it is, but go outside the limit. And I think that's where I really shine. And I don't like talking highly of myself, but it has been a process of, evolving and finding yourself and just being confident on stage for sure.
But you talk about not talking highly of yourself. But I think that the thing that can talk highly about you without opening your mouth is your work. Is your work ethic. It's how many years and almost decades you have been in the industry.
Yeah.
We have all seen many, many people and many, many beautiful, talented queens for a year, for a 2, 5 years. And when it's something that you love, it's like the fans understand it.
Yeah.
The community that you do this for get it. And it's far beyond going back to Lady Gaga. There has been many artists who have tried to tag along with the gay community of being an ally and being this and being that. But you cannot fake that.
Yeah.
When you are that girl, when you love what you do, you can't fake it.
Yeah.
So when I think about, I've always said my saying is, my delusion is my reality.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
That is what I do, that is what I love, and I live in my world,
Yeah.
no one else's world. And if in my world I am the best, that's what I get to be. Because every time that I go out, I get to be my best self to everyone. And that is what has brought you to where you are today. So talk highly about yourself.
Well, you know what? We're very similar because every show that I do, whether it's virtual or in person, there's at least 5 or 10 people that say, "Oh, you should be on RuPaul's Drag Race," and I treat myself and carry myself as if I'm already on the show, because I feel that opportunity may happen for me and it may not happen for me, but I'm not going to sit and wait for it. And I also think that there's so much more to life than just a TV show. I have been doing this for almost 20 years and I've worked consistently almost every single weekend of my life, knock on wood, since I was 18. So, you know, that's a great opportunity, but maybe I can be in a movie, maybe somebody's watching, maybe producer, anything can happen. So, I definitely try to live that way as well, and maybe I am delusional, but hey, I
It's
believe it and hopefully you believe it.
and that's all I'm at. So two things. I've always go back to the reference of Valentina at the reunion
Yes.
telling Shea Coulee, I did not come on this show to become a star. I came on this show to show the star that I am.
Yes.
And that is what you are. That is what a lot of girls who are working every single day are doing.
Thank you.
So just know that you don't have to have the title of Drag Race to be the girl that you are. Now, have you ever thought about doing Drag Race? Have you auditioned for Drag Race?
Honestly, it's been a really long time. For my mental health, there was a few years I was really, really in it, and I was taking like 2-second showers because I was waiting for this call from, LA, and I was waiting for this opportunity, and I'm checking. Now, this is back when you could vote
I remember.
online for your favorite drag queen, and I was, fifth place, fourth place, first place, 20th place. I mean, I was so obsessed with it. And again, we want to talk about mental health. So I did an audition for a long time. Also, I'm a trans woman, and at the time, you really couldn't be trans. And in fact, I came out as non-binary because I figured, hey, I'm just a pretty boy, if you will, in hopes to try to get on. I auditioned, I didn't get on. So, but then I had to go against who I am, my character, my integrity, and it didn't feel correct. And everything happens for a reason. I mean, I never got cast. So now that I've seen, Sasha Colby and our beautiful sister, Lexi Love,
Who we
other
love.
trans women on the show, obviously that door is wide open. And I think, I'm more than willing and ready. But I think a lot of people think, like at my shows, they say, you should be on RuPaul, as if we can just give RuPaul a call and say, well, I'm ready to be on the show now, baby. Go ahead and put me on. It is a process. There's thousands of queens who share the same dream that I do. So again, I'm not going to wait for that to happen. I'm going to live now. I'm going to give my best shows now. And furthermore, I feel almost every RuPaul's queen was a local queen. So you need to support your local stars now while you have the chance. I mean, we're losing our brothers and sisters, and it's a heavy topic, but support us now instead of waiting for this moment. And to take it a little further, I look at queens who were on the show who, where are they now? So woo, you made it on RuPaul's Drag Race. They're not working. They have no social media presence. I'm not trying to read. But you know what I'm saying? There's no longevity. And I'm always thinking ahead of, I've been doing it 20 years. I'm thinking the next 20. Where am I going to be, in 2040?
But I do believe that that's also a beautiful message that sometimes we do get very angry about things that we really want, that we feel that it's like, it's my time, like I
Yeah.
should be doing this. But imagine you getting on the show and not being able to be your true self,
Yep.
to show your creativity
Mm-hmm.
fully.
Yep.
Because I'm not a trans woman, but I can only imagine if they told me like, oh, well, you can't do this or you can't be a part of you.
Right.
So, well, sometimes it's a little hard to understand what the universe has for us.
Mm-hmm.
We always have to be thankful. And like you said, I always walk into the bar and I always give the show that any of the other queens would give, because that's what the fans deserve. People who are paying $5 to see me, or people who are paying hundreds of dollars to see you, they deserve that same love and that same show.
Yeah.
And that's why you are who you are.
Thank you.
And that is why, God, she's, I really have known her since she was such a little baby. And it's just sitting here with the one and only Amaya. It's just, I can't even believe it.
And I'm on your show. You know what I'm saying? It is a full circle moment for both of us. And life is what you make of it. And I always tell people, I feel we're not given too much that we can't handle. Good, bad, or in between. You know what I mean? So everything happens for a reason. And my motto for 2025 has been, everybody's on their own journey. So focus on yourself, and and your journey may be slow right now, or maybe you're thriving, but you're where you need to be. And me being 36 years old and recently engaged. This is not the ring, but yeah, recently
Congratulations. We're going to say
engaged.
that 24 carats, girl.
Damn.
Show the
Well,
ring.
no,
Show the
this
ring right here.
it's
That's
at home. No, but
but
I feel being 36 years old and older, but just now I'm starting to really understand life, really process life, really live my best authentic life. And it's been such a journey. So everything happens for a reason. I mean, uh, what if I got on Drag Race 10 years ago? Would people remember me? You know, would I be cast as a villain? Would I be forgotten about? So I'm where I'm meant to be. And I'm meant to be on this couch. I'm meant to speak these words. And uh, this is just such a wonderful opportunity. And I'm glad to be here.
Wow, that is the kindest words. Those are really like what I live through. Exactly where I am is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
Exactly the people that I have in front of me is who I'm supposed to be chatting with.
Yeah.
And that is just really the kindest things you can say.
And
Oh.
I mean it.
I do have a little questions for you. We're not going to get
Ooh.
deep and down. But before that, I do want to give a big, big shout out to the people who send us some food. Let me tell you, girl, we got food.
What?
Yeah,
No,
we got.
baby. Wait a minute. Baby, I didn't see no food, baby.
Yes, cut it. We're done with the
I'm a
episode.
foodie, so I'm a tourist. So sorry if I
Yes.
perk up a little bit. Okay.
Thank you so much to the Ego in Cincinnati OTR. Girl, they send us kale salad, they send us fried chicken, they send us mac and cheese.
Because, okay.
Yeah, I should have kept this for the end because, like, no, I'm like, as much fun as I'm having, I'm like, I'm ready to eat.
Right.
Someone bring me a little chicken leg or something.
Yeah.
But thank you so much to Matthew Schmidt as well as Amber Story for sending us food for the team as well as my beautiful co-host. I know we're really excited about food. I am so excited. You see that big bag right there?
I see it now.
It's
Okay.
filled with food. So thank you so, so much to you all. Okay, now let's get into some questions. I promise you we're not going to go deep.
Okay.
Just a tip.
Go deep, baby.
Okay.
Why not? Why not?
You said you have auditioned for Drag Race.
Correct.
Would you audition again?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We are hoping to see you, but if not, you are the same star that you've always been.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's talk about Aurora Sexton.
Okay.
You have a really, really fun story about Aurora Sexton.
I do. Hope Sexton is my drag mother. First of all, if you guys aren't sure, being a drag queen, we have family. We have sisters, brothers, cousins, aunties, twice removed. Family that we've gotten rid of. I have some daughters. Had daughters. Catch that T. That's okay. So when it comes to Aurora, we were doing a pageant at Mask actually, and I want to say she was number 17. I think I was number 14 or 15. We were backstage getting ready for evening gown, looking very beautiful.
Stunning.
Can't breathe, sewn into the dresses. But I kept looking at her and she kept looking at me. And she said, girl, she said, everyone thinks you're my daughter. And I said, well, everyone thinks you're my mother. And she said, well, let's just make it official because I live for you. And I was like, no, bitch, I live for you. And so it was such an amazing moment. So I served the best gown that night. I didn't win the pageant, but baby, I walked around because, baby, I'm officially Aurora Sexton's drag daughter. And I've seen her, in passing and things like that. And she does a lot of great things in LA.
Oh.
I mean, if you've seen any LGBTQIA probably show, she's usually behind the scenes doing hair, makeup, music videos. She's really a star.
Oh, Aurora Sexton is like a pillar in the gay community,
Yes.
LGBTQ plus community, in the drag community.
Yes.
And those are maybe some entertainers, some personalities that we might not know because of Drag Race, but in our community, they would never go unnoticed.
Yeah.
Ever. You might get fame from Drag Race and you might get millions of followers, but the people who have been there before drag was fun, before drag was acceptable, or it was the cookie cutter thing to see at the bar, because we've all experienced that.
Yeah.
We all remember the early 2000s, and we are blessed to come from a generation of Lady Gaga where drag was not only acceptable but encouraged.
Yeah.
It was about being you, about what you wanted to do. So before Gaga came on, before Madonna has come on, before all of these legendary pop stars have come on, there has always been a drag queen, there has always been a ball scene behind it.
Yes.
Such as Vogue for Madonna, Born This Way for Lady Gaga. And if you spoke to any of these women, they will tell you exactly what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So, Aurora Sexton, you are a star. And if I don't ever see you on Drag Race, I don't ever need to see you to know that you are a star.
She is that girl.
She's that girl. The same way with Roxy Andrews' mother.
Yes.
I mean, hello.
Yes, yes.
There is another girl in Chicago who I absolutely adore. She was in Orlando, Chantel.
DeMarco.
Oh, the Latina beauty, the body, the
Oh,
face,
everything.
everything. I
Yeah.
used to see her back in Orlando, and I'm just, I'm a little homosexual who I used to love watching my mom get ready for a quinceañera.
Wait, you're homosexual?
Oh, don't tell Trump. You said, girl, please.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. What the
You
hell?
said, I'm out, but I would like two piece and a little mac and
Well,
cheese.
make my plate now. No.
Yeah, yes. But seeing drag queens on stage and the sparkles and the glitter and the
Yeah.
dresses, it's just a fantasy for a gay boy. Let's get into maybe some. I can't have such a star like you and not talk about trans rights because there is a very, there are two sides of me that when I have you on the podcast, when I have people like Jessica Diamond and many of the dolls who I absolutely adore, is like, I don't want to fall into this stereotype of talking negatively, or not even negatively, but just bringing down the conversation about rights.
Hmm.
Because there's a side of us that a lot of people don't know. You have a beautiful partner. You have a beautiful life. You're an entertainer. You love fast food as much as I do. I know you do because I watch your TikTok lives.
Clogged, honey.
Yes, yes.
That's okay.
And but we do have this space that it is important that we talk about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
How do you feel about the trans youth and the future of America?
This is a heavy, definitely a heavy subject. It's terrifying. What is happening is very terrifying, and I definitely, at a young age for myself, I knew that I was different. So I hope that same journey for anybody that wants to live their life authentically and things like that. But I think I really don't know what to say because of the climate that we're in, politically speaking. You know, I would just do your research and try to do everything that you can, but it's scary. If I'm just being honest,
Mm-hmm.
it's I can I feel I can only speak for me. I feel very fortunate with how, like you mentioned, how I look, how I sound, things like that. I mean, this is a really deep conversation. There are a lot of our trans brothers and sisters that I almost feel should maybe be put in hiding or something. I mean, it is very scary for certain people, and I understand the privilege I have with the way that I live and the way that the things that are happening for me. But I can't imagine, let me say this, I can't imagine transitioning right now or even having those thoughts, because they may not be here,
It's scary. I, with that being said, while it might be a hard topic and something that is very scary, through the scary parts in our community always comes alliance. And always comes people who want to be around you.
Yeah.
I cannot describe to you or anyone watching at home what it was like coming out of the closet and the freedom that you had of just being you. And I could never have done it without you, without all of the community at Mask, without all of the community that surrounded me, who made me feel that everything I was once bullied or made feel weird for was accepted.
Yeah.
And not only was it accepted, it was celebrated.
Yes.
So my my idea to you is to surround yourself with those people, that it always gets better, that you always find that community that will always, always love and scream yas at the
Yeah.
things that you do.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
So speaking of that, let me tell you about this little event that the Culture Clash is having, which I'm
Okay.
sure that you have heard of. Have you heard of Gay Icons that is happening at Bloom OTR/Circuit?
I have.
So it's June 7th, and let me tell you about this party. It is a celebration to that gay kid, to that baby in the closet trying on your mom's wigs. that you felt so scared that someone was going to come in and whoop your ass? Because I grew up in a Latino family. You know, the bell came on, girl. The chancla.
The chancla. I was gonna say, didn't they? I know a thing or two.
The chancla was flying across the room if my mom caught me with inches in the bathroom before I shower. So this party is on June 7th. It's gay icons. It's a costume party. It's a celebration for all of those people in the closet that wanted to dress up one day. It is completely free, $1 minimum donation. We'll link the information below so that you can purchase your tickets. But the only requirement is that you make at least $1 donation to CincinnatiPride.org and that you dress up as your favorite gay icon. Now, you sometimes ask me, like, what is a gay icon? If it's a gay icon to you, it's a gay icon to me. In fact, let me give you an idea. Here is your gay icon that you can dress up as. So there you go, June 7th. I hope to see you there. I know that there is a girl at OTR that night, Mystique Summers.
Is she?
Girl, I'm so excited.
Oh, what? She's coming from Chicago.
Bitch, I'm from Chicago.
Bitch, I'm from Chicago. Okay, I haven't seen her in a long time. Okay, definitely sounds like a party.
I just found out. I was doing my little research and like looking up how many tickets we have sold, which we have sold like over 50% tickets. So make sure that you are getting your tickets.
Absolutely.
Don't tell me like here on the episode, but later on I want to hear what you might be dressing up as.
It'll be under wraps for now.
I love that. She said, you bitches signed an NDA. Don't tell nobody. I love that. Okay, great. So now you know about the party. I really, really hope that we can see you there. Now, one thing that you are really, really amazing at, and I just found out, it's voiceovers.
Yeah.
I'm not lying when I tell you I've been on your TikTok. Girl, you think that I was lying. I be on your TikTok in the middle of the night watching you on TikTok live. I see you perform in the mornings.
Yeah.
Yes, I see you like sometimes when you're like, I just got home from the gig, I'm trying to eat.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah. So tell me about your voiceovers.
You know, since I was little, I can just hear a voice and usually emulate it, or just if I think I can, I'll try it. And I've just want to get out there with voice acting and just trying to expand, you know, whatever I can do. So again, it's not just Drag Race. Maybe I can be in a movie and you can hear my voice or you can see me, whatever it is. But yeah, voice acting is definitely something I think in my future. And it's so funny because I was recently thinking about getting my voice done. So as a trans woman, there's inner saboteurs and things that, you know, happen. And I know you may hear me and think, well, girl, you don't need your voice done. We're all on our own different journey. But there are some times with certain things that I say where, you know, maybe if I laugh too hard or if I'm yelling, I get a little too what I feel is nasally. You know, I'm talking anyway. So, but yeah, I say that I brought that up to say I was going to get my voice done, but then I'm like, no, I don't want to get my voice done because of being trans. I can do the highest of voices and I can also do the lowest of voices as well.
So speaking about getting your voice done, you know that Barbra Streisand never got her nose job because the doctor told her that there was a very slight chance of altering her voice.
Oh.
And I mean, she has lived through her voice.
Yeah,
So imagine if her voice had changed.
Yeah.
So I have seen you on TikTok and you are so talented. What is the best voice that you can do?
Oh, it's probably between AI or Ursula, I would say maybe.
Give us your best Ursula. Tell us, just look at the camera and give us your best Ursula.
Yes, hurry home, princess. We wouldn't want to miss old daddy's celebration now, would we? Celebration indeed, oh, bah. In my day, we had fantastical feast when I lived in the palace, and now look at me, banished and exiled and practically starving.
Okay, was I lying about the talent or what? You just thought she was a pretty face. No, mama. I get deep into your TikTok. I watch you on TikTok on your lives, your battles. A lot of the time with Miss Gia Gunn.
Yes. Oh, I love my sister Gia. And you know, TikTok is such a new age community. I didn't really understand it at first, but the people that support me, I call my family members because I'm live 6, 8, 12 hours. People are with me. People comment. People share. People can tap the screen. People can send gifts. That type of support, it really is life changing. And it really is a beautiful thing. And I love performing on there. And I get to hear some songs I've never heard before. And let's say you send a gift on there. Well, I'll do a song for you. And it's whatever you want to hear. So I do male songs, female songs, country, whatever it is. It's definitely a blast.
Please give us your TikTok so that we can follow you. I know that I follow you, but I want to make sure that the girls at home are following you.
Of course, it's Amaya, AMAYA.SEXXXTON. Only 3 X's because I forgot my password one time, and just 2 X's didn't make sense.
There you go. There you go. Would you really consider changing your voice? I mean, this comes from a privileged point of view that clearly it's not an insecurity of mine. Not to say I don't have many insecurities, but my voice isn't one of them. So it has been something in your mind that you have considered. So you have talked about your voice, and it sounds like it might be a little bit of an insecurity for you. How does that affect you, or how does that affect your everyday life?
Well, recently, actually, in about 2 weeks, these will be a year old. So I got those done, and I'm thinking about getting something called FFS, which is facial feminization surgery. So it was just something that actually my friend Kimmy got her voice done, and there's just I am a little insecure about some things and some notes that I hit sometimes that I feel a little, but when I tell you everybody's on their own different journey, again, I would never get my voice done, because if I can't do Ursula or AI or honey, I can do Mufasa. Like I can go that deep as well. So everything happens for a reason, and that's just my journey, and I can definitely manage, and at least for right now, it doesn't bother me.
When you talk about your voice being some sort of insecurity for you, a lot of people often praise my accent, and they're like, oh, well, you don't sound Mexican, you don't have an accent. And I often tell them, I'm like, well, it comes a lot from an insecurity of not being clocked as a Latino. Because if you were clocked as a Latino, then you would be bullied in school.
Really?
So I get drunk, and then suddenly, I become very Latino, and I speak like Sofia Vergara up in here. But a lot of it, as I talk to my therapist and as I work through myself, I also understand that it's a part of me who didn't want to be clocked, because we just want to be passable. We want to be left alone when we're in middle school and high school.
Yeah.
So while I don't relate to the feminization of the voice, I relate to wanting to change something about you and how you presented yourself so that you can have a better life.
Yeah, we're like the same, because that's for me. When I get drunk, I feel I'm getting clocked, because I don't have to think to talk like this. It's not something that I go, hello everyone. This is just how I talk. But when I'm drunk, of course it's like, yes, mama, work, diva girl. You know what I mean? And to me, I think that's when I start to sound a little, but I'm very proud to be trans. Again, I think we don't want to get clocked. We want to blend in. We want to, and especially right now, you know what I mean, with everything going on, my goal, so like this, I feel beautiful like this, but during the daytime, I don't have any of this on. I have long hair. I don't wear really any makeup, very casual, because I'm just trying to get under the radar.
And I do want to say that it is not because we don't want to be clogged because being trans is something wrong, or because being gay is something wrong. It is simply because it puts us in danger.
Yes.
I never want to hide the fact that I am a gay man. I am very proud of it. And I don't know about my trans sisters, but I'm sure and I know that they feel just as proud about who they are. And they wish that they could go out on the street, regardless whether they have been on Drag Race, whether they have had surgery, whether they have a wig on, or whether they have heels or they're tucked in. They want to feel safe. And that is the reason why we do what we do. So it's a very important thing that the girls don't go out here thinking that we're embarrassed to be who we are.
Yeah, But like you said, I don't go on the street and hi, I'm trans. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm trans. Yeah, I'm trans. You don't want to bring attention to it, and yeah. So you said that very well.
Yeah, we will bring attention to the club because we understand that our family and our community will celebrate it.
Yes.
Will scream. They'll say, yes, mama. And if my accent comes along, if someone's who is trans voice comes off a little too masculine, who cares? We
Yeah.
are family.
And I love that you touched on that. Yeah, to be very clear, there are some biological women that have deeper voices. That nobody can tell you, oh, this is what it should be. Oh, if you have a deeper voice, you're not feminine. Whatever it is, what is meant for you is meant for you. So thank you for shining light on that
Of course, because everyone is beautiful.
Yeah.
Not everyone is beautiful as you, but everyone is beautiful.
I would never say that.
I have a little game for you.
Okay.
Because I know that you love fast food as much as I do. I had a meeting the other day where I hosted my friends, and we just had like chicken fingers and fries.
Okay.
And I got all of my dipping sauces. I had Arby's, Wendy's, McDonald's. I had everything. And someone clocked it. They were like, that was a fun trip. I was like, girl, that's the last month.
Yes.
So I want to play a little game with you.
Okay.
It's this or that, just food edition.
Okay.
We want to come with a one winner, okay? McDonald's or Taco Bell?
Damn. McDonald's.
McDonald's or Wendy's?
McDonald's.
McDonald's or Olive Garden?
Olive Garden.
Yeah. Olive Garden or the Cheesecake Factory?
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. Olive Garden or Sonic?
I just had Sonic the other day and it was really, really good. Sonic.
Okay, we got a date with Amaya Sexton at Sonic.
Oh, was that the end of it?
No, but we will. We will. They have this
Because
little...
I'll change it back to Olive Garden.
Okay, so we're going to Olive Garden. Soup, salad, and breadsticks, and the iced tea.
No, because it's all about the sauces. You got to have a sauce. A meal's not a meal without a sauce. I'm sorry.
You're a saucy girl?
Oh, my God.
You like condiments and all that?
Oh, my gosh. And let me just say, not all ranch is the same ranch.
I agree. What's your favorite ranch?
My favorite ranch is Wingstop Ranch.
Oh, yes. Give me a bathtub of it.
Baby, I can drink it. I get the big tub. Oh, my God, we're so foodies. Look at us getting so
We
excited.
need to finish this show because I'm hungry. Yes, I love ranch.
Me
I
too.
love
Me too.
Jack in the Box has really good ranch.
Do they?
They have really good ranch.
Okay.
And the ones here in Ohio, the Jack in the Boxes are not that busy, so everything is freshly made. So try it out. Try it out.
I got you.
Okay, the next game I want to play, it's something shady. Shag, marry, and kill.
Okay.
Ooh, it's,
Oh, God.
It's our, yeah, let's drink.
Take a drink.
Big ol'. It's your trans sisters. We're Alaska Talks.
What?
Shag, marry, and kill. Roxy Andrews, Alaska, and Detox. Who do you marry?
I know all them like really well. Who do I what? Marry?
Who do you marry?
I would marry Roxy.
Roxy. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of when you talk about stage presence, that woman has it. She has never lost a lip sync for a reason.
Yeah.
So I lived in Orlando for about a year.
Okay.
And one of the first performers that I saw that I was like, was Roxy Andrews. She is the definition of a drag queen to me.
She just gets it. The proportions, the hair, there's nothing you can ever clock about Roxy.
Nothing can be clocked about.
That's why I would marry her so I could get in her closet.
In her closet.
just share.
And she will pull a look in the next 2 days.
Oh, the same day.
Yes.
She works hard.
Anytime Roxy is in town, I have to see her.
Yes.
One of really just the most polished drag queens. And everyone who hates on Roxy, I'll give him my address, pull up. Because she is that girl.
Yes.
Okay, so you marry Roxy. Who do you shag?
I guess Alaska.
I heard she's got a big dong.
My type is very,
Alaska.
very tall, very, very thin. Just my preference. There's nothing wrong with anybody. However, if I'm having to choose,
Alaska.
I guess Alaska.
And we're killing Detox because her looks are also amazing.
I love her. Yeah. Well,
I have met Detox and
she's fantastic.
And talk about stage presence.
Yeah.
Those are the queens from they don't have to do anything because they have pay their dues. They can get up on stage and they can command the room just by standing there.
Yep. Yep.
And that's something beauty doesn't do. That doesn't look stuff. It is about stage presence.
And Detox does this number where she's like frozen for half of it and then she comes alive.
And you still like,
And you can't stop watching her because it's just, you know, all that plastic surgery just frozen. Love you, sis.
you said that silicone is floating.
Well,
She's that.
she's not moving.
Yes. I love Detox.
Me too.
Love
Me
Detox. Who is your favorite drag queen of all time? On and off Drag Race.
Off Drag Race is definitely Erica Andrews, which is
Mother.
Roxy Andrews' drag mother, which she's the one that inspired me to be who I am, as far as you can be soft and fishy during the daytime, but at nighttime you can put it on. I mean, Erica Andrews used to take her black and, you know, pull it all the way back and use a product called Texas Dirt and just highlight, I mean, just drag. And then, honestly, Sasha Colby.
Mother.
You know what I mean? I knew her before Drag Race and after Drag Race, and she has never changed. And I think that speaks volume to her character.
I got to see her perform at Kings Island Pride last year. And my God, I mean, I understood why she was my favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen.
Absolutely.
She is that girl, the ponytail. I also got to see Sonique Love.
Love Sonique.
Body, yaddy, yaddy.
Down.
Yes, like, wow, I was just gagged.
Woman. Just, yeah.
Just amazing. I also just love living in a time when we get to celebrate these queens.
Absolutely.
Because for a long time we had them hidden in a bar and making barely any money. And today, the impact that it has created is really astonishing.
Yeah, it is.
Really, really astonishing.
It is.
Alrighty, well, Miss Amaya, I really could just sit here and talk about your life forever. We really have known each other for so long. We have so many stories. We have so many friends who, unfortunately, are not here with us anymore. Yeah. But to them, we celebrate and dedicate this episode because I know that they will be so proud of you, so proud of us sitting here.
Yes, absolutely.
I have one little, when you come onto the show, we really just talk about pop culture moments and dumb shit. But obviously, when we have such a celebrity like you, we have to dig down. But I do want to talk a little bit about pop culture. Are you a pop culture girly?
I mean, yeah. Absolutely.
Do you follow up with what goes on?
I think so, yeah.
Are you a Housewife fan?
Oh, no, baby, never mind, maybe not.
You said not a Housewife.
I don't watch all
No,
that.
well, that's okay. That's okay. Are you a reality? What TV shows do you like?
I'm in this really I don't think it's a rut. Well, maybe it's a rut. Like, I keep watching shows that I've seen again and again and again. So, like, I keep watching Scandal. I keep watching a show called Wentworth, which is an Australian version of Orange is the New Black. I'm obsessed with Star Wars. So, Star Wars really is why I am how I am as well. A character named Queen Amidala. She changes, like, every scene in the movies. And I remember watching that as a kid and asking my brother, who's that? That's the queen. Next scene, who's that? That's the queen. And so, literally, if you see me, if you ever see my show or see just who I am, Queen Amidala is my idol.
You say, I am a queen.
Well, I think might be a little shady, but I feel some people are very much like a cartoon character. You think of SpongeBob, they have the same outfit on every single episode. I will never be that person, and there's nothing wrong with that. All drag is valid, let me be clear. However, for me, with such beautiful seamstress and people that can create things, or even yourself expressing through your own makeup, why not switch it up, and change? Like, in Star Wars, Queen Amidala gets captured, and she even has time as she's getting captured to get changed. So that's just the type of energy I'm on. If you're going to capture me, I'm going to go get into something fabulous.
You said drag us every day.
Yeah, well, wait a minute, sweetie. Wait, put that down. Give me 5 minutes, Very, very much that.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I just love that, this is not you just for a show. This is you every day.
Every day. Even with my real clothes or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't really wear the same thing too much. And it's a really expensive habit, I will say, but you can also be thrifty, you know?
Very much so.
So, yeah, I don't think that this has to be, you know, some of the best drag that I have has been from the thrift store or, you know, Akira. If you know what Akira is, it is a store for drag queens. I have some of the most sickening stone cat suits that are pageant ready, gowns, beaded, fringe from Akira. So one dress in particular I got for $1, and I literally felt like $1,000,000 in it. So don't think you have to go out there and be on Drag Race or spend $10,000. Baby, work with what you got.
Exactly. And feel just yourself.
Yeah, your
So
fantasy.
speaking about feeling yourself, I have a little story about the Cannes Film Festival. Have you heard about this?
Cannes film?
Yes, you're gonna be pissed, because girl, I was. Let me tell you the story. So the Cannes, you said good. I know you're gonna be mad. I was mad. So the Cannes Film Festival red carpet is perhaps the most rigidly controlled red carpet in the world. Now, the film festival has added a new stipulation: no nudity. While nudity was never previously endorsed at the festival, Cannes updated its dress policy on its eve of its 78th edition to read that nudity is prohibited on the red carpet, as well as in any other areas of the festival. So let me tell you about it. Cannes Film Festival, it's a huge festival somewhere in Cannes, right? And we have seen some of the most amazing fashion. Do you remember Bella Hadid in that red dress with the slit up to her cooch?
I think so.
Yes. Do you remember the Bella Hadid with the black dress with the branch on her boobs? I know you remember that. It was black, her boobs were out, and it was just like a jewelry piece of that. So Cannes now said women are not allowed to like wear the nude dress, they're not allowed to have a train, and they're not allowed to have like a voluminous dress. Simply because it just goes against the red carpet. Do you think it's a fair rule, or is it a rule to try to control women?
Um, I think in life, I think it's probably people who have never been on a runway, who have never been in a train, have never felt that fabulous. I think it's a lot of times people just trying to control people, and it's ridiculous and absurd. And you're right, I'm pissed. Honey, it's the drama of it all.
Yeah, they would not let you in, girl. They would
You
have
know,
said,
I'll be serious with this.
They would have said, change into a miniskirt.
Oh, okay, well,
And you leave.
go get the car and I'm going to leave.
Exactly. Like, how are you going to tell women? So the one thing I want to say to the Cannes Festival, I have never heard anything about the Cannes Film Festival other than the red carpet. The only reason why that festival is relevant is because of the fashion that has been created in the last decade. We have seen Gaga. Do you remember Gaga in that Valentino feather outfit where she was just flowing?
I do.
Pink. And you're going to tell mother
Also that.
she could not wear that.
And you don't tell mother anything.
Never.
See, again, it's far too much.
It is far too much. But I did hear that there were people that were turned down, like Holly Berry, and they were told to go back home and change. But it seems like only like A-listers are getting away, because Heidi Klum showed up and she was in a big dress. She didn't care.
Well, Halle Berry. Halle Berry?
Yes.
She's been showing a lot of
Catwoman.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's been showing a lot of
You saw the Met Gala?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that cooch was.
I'm like, now, Miss Thing. One wrong angle. We're going to see more than Miss Berry. We're going to see your berries, baby. So, I get it. I get it. I would turn her away, too.
Maybe they were
Love
right.
her.
Maybe they were right about the nudity. Because her cooch was cooching.
I think for that part, yeah, absolutely. You know, be a little conserved. But the trains,
Come on.
ridiculous.
You can't tell the girls not to show up at the train. No. No. Oh, Miss Amaya, this has been such an amazing episode. I can't believe that we're sitting here just geeking about our lives. It is surreal. It is a full circle moment.
It is.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of the way that you carry yourself and that you represent yourself. Because at the end of the day, we are representing ourselves. And you just happen to be a part of the LGBTQ plus community. And I could not feel more proud to say that.
Thank you.
Thank you for just every show you give us, for every look that you give us, and most importantly, just for your presence. Really, thank you.
Thank you, and I'm very proud of you, and it's an honor to be here. And again, I had to show up and show out, and you know, I do want to say, make sure at all costs we're protecting the dolls. Protect the dolls. I was like, I knew there was something I wanted to say. Protect the dolls.
That is the one and only message we all want you to take from this. Protect the dolls. That is all we want, because we all deserve to feel beautiful, to walk down the street and feel safe.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who we are, what we believe in.
Yeah.
So thank you, Amaya. Please give us your Instagram handle. Give us all of your social media so that the girls can follow you.
Everything is under Amaya Sexton, AmayaSexton, and I'd be happy to follow you. And just, again, so happy to be here and so happy to share my story with everyone.
Well, thank you so, so much. You guys know she is live on TikTok 6 out of 7 days. So if you follow her on TikTok, you will find her. She is amazing. Thank you guys so, so much. Make sure that you are following on our Instagram. We are going to be at the Cowboy Carter show this weekend, which I heard Miss Amaya Sexton will also be there. So we're hoping that we'll run into her so that we can catch her outfit and her vibe. If you guys are there, make sure that you are following us so that you guys can get all of the tea. Make sure that you guys tag us so that we can see all of your looks. I really want to see all of your outfits and everything that you wear. The culture_clash on Instagram, and on TikTok is the culture clash. Thank you again to the Eagle for sending us food. And thank you guys so much for being here. Have a beautiful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.